Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Here. I'm here. What up, EJ? I'm here. Hey, we here. We here. People want to know what's going on. We here. People want to know what's going on. What up, firm? We here. Yes, sir. Hey, we here. For the 2 people that hit the dislike button, I thank y'all. That let me know that y'all still watching a real person. First, before I start all this off, I'm going to say this. There comes a time when we need to stand up for our own. And I'm talking about our own, our very own. Not the bullshit, fake outrage that's going on, but our own. Well, we're going to learn about some things today that nobody never knew about. So while y'all at it, I want to say, what up, firm, to the greatest family in the world. I don't care where y'all at. I don't care who know what's up. The firm is who I rock for. I love the firm daily and daily. And shit, let's get it. What you gonna do now? Hope your body gets up feeling about to put it down. I will never disrespect you. Tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spend you. Let's go, gotta make it last. And I'm hoping I'ma be on your face, girl. I was surprised. Let you know, you're just gonna get low. Take away from the door. Yeah. 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 That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So I want to say, what's up? What's up? We're going to learn about some things today. But before I do it, I got to play a song. Because, you know, I've been hated on the past 48 hours. So I got to play a song real quick. Everybody should know the theme song over here for the haters. You feel me? But they say, I don't know why they donating to Dana J channel. Or someone be like, I don't know why they donating to Bozo. I keep telling y'all, Bozo was the highest paid clown in the circus. And without a Bozo, you wouldn't have a circus. And without the circus, you wouldn't have nothing else to dwell on. So what I want to say is, why would you, if I'm such what they say it is, why would they even mention me? But anyway, they need me to stay alive. I'm gonna say this, and for the haters, you know, that want to hate on me and Miranda, yo, they hating like they wanted me. Oh, they secretly did. But here's the song. I'm a rock. That's how we're gonna start this off with that. With some real crazy, crazy type ish. So we're gonna jump right into it. How was everybody's day so far? How was everybody's day so far? I hope everybody had a good day. I hope everybody's day was, you know, prosperous and bountiful and meaningful. Because yeah, it's been a lot of bullshit going on these YouTube streets. And these stupid mofos want a response that they're not going to get. Here's the response they're going to get. Everybody look at the screen. Bah. This is the response they're going to get. The response they're going to get is right here. Come on. There's a sheep. It's the response they're going to get. Let's see where we at. Okay. Officers involved in Elijah McClain's death taken off street duty in an effort to protect them. Where's Black Lives Matter? I keep asking y'all. Where's Black Lives Matter? Let's read. Aurora, Colorado. Officials announced Friday that the 3 police officers involved in the death of 23-year-old Elijah McClain last year have been reassigned and are off the streets for their own protection as McClain's case gains national attention. CBS News reports that officers Nathan Woodyard, Jason Rosenblatt, and Randy Rodema have all banned transition to work in a non-enforcement capacity. A city spokesman told CBS News that two of the officers, Woodyard and Rosenblatt, were moved on June 13th, while Rodema was moved on June the 20th. This was done in an effort to protect those officers. This was done in an effort to protect those officers that killed McClain, the spokesman said. The changes follow government Jared Police's a Democrat announcement that State Attorney General Phil Weiser, another Democrat, would reinvestigate the case as a special prosecutor after more than 3 million people signed a petition demanding the case be reviewed. McClain, look what they say in the newspaper. I showed y'all yesterday the difference. McClain, a black man. McClain, a dead man who worked as a massage therapist, was stopped by police on the night of August 24th while walking home from a convenience store. Police had been called over suspicious activity as McClain was walking with a face covering on. Something family said he did to aid in his social anxiety and keep him warm as he suffered from anemia. Dave Young, the district attorney originally on the case, said that McClain dismissed multiple requests from the officer for him to stop. But McClain's family says body camera footage shows he was listening to music when police tried to stop him and did not immediately hear commands. McClain's last words included him saying, "I'm an introvert. I'm just different. That's all. I'm sorry. I have no gun. I don't do that stuff. I don't do any fighting. Why are you attacking me? I don't even kill flies. I don't eat meat, but I don't judge people. I don't judge people who do eat meat. Forgive me. I'm sorry." That sounds like somebody that's kind of in their own zone. And then they said he was held in a chokehold before vomiting. Police then injected him with ketamine. I'm doing this for a reason. I want to know what ketamine is. I want to know what this drug is, because this is the new drug, ketamine drug. Okay. Let's go. Ketamine is a medication mainly used for starting and maintaining anesthesia. Hold up. It induces a trance-like state while providing pain relief, sedation, and memory loss. Why would they shoot this man with this type of bullshit? As they choking him, I guess by providing pain relief, he wouldn't feel as much pain as he was in. Then it gives him a sedation. Then it provides memory loss so he wouldn't know what happened to him. Damn. Okay, ketamine. First, it puts you in a trance-like state. Then it provides pain relief. Then it sedates you, making you slump. Then it provides memory loss. Sounds like they was trying to get away with beating on a young brother. Then it says other uses include sedation and intensive care and treatment of pain. There's that word again. And depression. So the police department diagnosed him and didn't know him just by what he wore. Heart functioning, breathing, and airway reflexes generally remain functional. Key word, generally remain functional. Effects typically begin within 5 minutes when given by injection and last up to approximately 25 minutes. Common side effects include agitation, confusion, and hallucinations. Okay, let's go here. If you agitated when the police grab you, that gives them the right, as they think, to cause more harm. Confusion, you don't know what the hell going on. Hallucinations, when you start swinging back, then that gives them the right to kill you because they're going to say their life is in danger. As the medication wear off, elevated blood pressure and muscle tremors are relatively common. Spasms of the larynx may rarely occur. Whew. Ketamine is a NMDA receptor antagonist, but it may also have other actions. Ketamine was discovered in 1962, first tested in humans in 1964, and approved for use in the United States in 1970. It was extensively used for surgical anesthesia in the Vietnam War due to its safety. It is on the World Health Organization list of essential medicines. I know y'all said that, but I want to know this. What is the street name? I want to know what the street name is. Oh, look what we have here. Look what we have here. Ketamine produces physical effects similar to PCP with the visual effects of LSD. Users report that it is better than PCP or LCD or LSD. Okay. This is what it looked like. This is what ketamine is. Ketamine liquid can be injected, applied to a smokable material, or consumed in drinks. The powdered form is made by allowing the solvent to evaporate, leaving a white or slightly off-white powder that, once pulverized, looks similar to cocaine. The powder can be put into drinks, smoke, or dissolve, and then injected. Prices are $20 or $25 per dosage unit. Ketamine produces physical effects similar to PCP with the visual effects of LSD. Users report that It is better than PCP or LSD because the trip lasts an hour or less. Low doses of the drug produce an experience called K-Land, a mellow, colorful wonder world. Higher doses produce an effect referred to as K-Hole, an out-of-body or near-death experience. Due to its dissociative effect, it is reportedly used as a date rape drug. Whoa! Is reportedly used as a date rape drug. So, with that being said, let's look at what actually happened. Let's take a look at what actually happened. And I know people going to leave because they don't want to know the truth, but they want drama. But we ain't doing drama over here. We are showing people what's really going on. Let's go.
Welcome back to CBS This Morning. Pressure is mounting for a new investigation into the death of a man after an encounter with police in Colorado last August. According to his family, 23-year-old Elijah McClain was out buying iced tea when he was stopped by 3 officers after someone had called 911 claiming McClain was wearing a ski mask and acting weird, quote, waving his arms around. Within 15 minutes, he had been put in a chokehold and injected with a powerful sedative. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, is following the case.
Stop right there. Stop. 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 I have a right to stop you because you're being suspicious. Stop. Relax. Stop. I'm going home. Relax or I'm going to have to change this situation. Stop. Leave me alone. Stop.
The district attorney investigating the case says that Elijah McClain dismissed the officer's requests for him to stop. The 23-year-old's family says he was just walking home. He was listening to music when Aurora, Colorado police approached him last August. The DA says McClain was carrying a plastic bag when police tried to pat him down and he refused. He's then heard pleading with the police as they tackle him and use a chokehold on him. Paramedics later arrived at the scene. A medic gave McClain ketamine to sedate him. McClain was taken to the hospital. 3 days later, he was pronounced brain dead. 10 months after McClain's death, more than 2 million people have signed a petition calling on Colorado officials to fire the 3 officers involved. So far, the Aurora Police Department has declined CBS News' request for comment. DA Dave Young is the one who decided not to charge the officers. Were the actions of the officers justified?
Legally, yes.
Mr. Young, do you believe there was a moment in this where the officers could have de-escalated the situation?
Absolutely, 100%. They could have done a million things differently. He didn't need to die. And the fact that he died does not warrant the basis for criminal charges.
In the body camera video, cops are heard saying that McClain tried to take one of their guns.
Wait a minute. I want y'all to hear that again. I want y'all to hear that again.
The fact that he died does not warrant the basis for criminal charges.
Yep.
So let me ask a question. If one of us go out and kill one of them white police officers, right? And we be like, oh, my bad, we ain't mean to do that. Do you think that we gonna get charged? Or do you think they're gonna say, well, what happened didn't want him to die? Or it didn't, or because he died, it didn't want criminal charges. Come on, look at the double standard, y'all.
In the body camera video, cops are heard saying that McClain tried to take one of their guns.
He went for his gun.
Mari Newman represents McClain's family.
Don't you think if he really had grabbed someone's gun, we would see fingerprints that had been lifted from the gun?
Did you find any evidence that corroborates the officer who said he reached for the gun?
I had no evidence to contradict that.
Shanine McClain is Elijah's mother.
They murdered him. They're bullies with badges. He wanted to heal people. He was a massage therapist. He not only healed others, but he healed himself. he was able to accept love and give love in various forms.
According to the district attorney's report, the medical examiner was unable to determine a cause of death. It is important to note that walking around with a ski mask is not illegal. And when you go back to the 911 call, the caller didn't say that Elijah did anything illegal. He said, hey, there's a guy wearing a mask. He kind of is waving his hands. Seems a little strange. You might want to check it out. He says he might be a good guy, might be a bad guy. And so, Gail, when the police responded, instead of observing, instead of watching, hanging back for a bit, the police moved in immediately to stop him, and everything went south from there.
Now, here's my question. If you do a follow-up on the story, Gail King does not make this a big deal, but she made the R. Kelly situation a big deal. I'm going to tie it in, and I'm going to show people that we are at war. The injustice of colored folks, not black people, the injustice of colored folks is just what it is. We are unjustified, and they're going to do what they can do at all costs.
Over George Floyd's death continue around the world. The calls for justice and
they're going to do whatever they got to do at any cost to try to get rid of us. And I mean that. And if anybody can tell you something different, tell them come holler at me. Because I want to know exactly what difference can you tell me that I don't know. So what I'm about to do, and this might get to some people because some people know some people might know me personally, so they know how this affect me and my family. But Pepper, y'all know him as Freddie Gray. Pepper, yes, he was selling drugs, but he never bothered anybody. That was his way of living. He had a severe case of lead. So I'd rather him sell a little drug on the street to the people that don't want to get right versus him going around knocking somebody in the head and shooting people every day. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show this video.
Mystery death of a...
I'm going to show this video. This is hard for me to watch. Very hard for me to watch. To see somebody that you hoop with, rock with, go like this. So just let everybody know that the real game is not just the police officers, the bad officers. The real gang is the fraternal order police that funds these officers, that do what they got to do to get these officers off, that protect these officers that do wrong. But let's go ahead and look at this.
A young man in Baltimore police custody. The autopsy on this 25-year-old is now complete. The names of the officers involved in his arrest released. But more information has not led, though, to any more clarity as far as how this 25-year-old suspect, Freddie Gray, broke his neck.
His legs are broke at this point. Look.
Back on April 12th. He died a week later. Now, as we mentioned a second ago, the department has suspended these 6 officers with pay. They've released their names, their ages, how long they've been on the force. But officials didn't specify on the reasons why. However, the mayor of Baltimore did tell CNN this.
We know that he asked for medical attention. We know that that medical attention was not immediately requested for him. We know that was a mistake.
That conclusion, based on the fact that Gray asked for medical help more than once while being transported in a van. In fact, City and police officials revealed Gray requested his asthma inhaler, at the same time officers called for the van. They also disclosed that Gray was put in leg restraints, but officials say they do not know how or when Gray's spinal cord was severed. And what's more, Gray's autopsy revealed his spinal injury was the only trauma to his body.
There was no physical bodily injury that we saw, nor was it evident in the autopsy of Mr. Gray. None of his limbs were broken.
CNN has affiliate WJZ has obtained amateur video that provides a new, closer angle to Gray's arrest. Warning, the video is tough to watch.
They broke his spine like right there.
Shorty, that was after they tased out of him like that. Man, I've been recording. I've been recording. What car they come out of, yo?
He on a bike, yo, right there. Him right there. He on a bike.
I got it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, yo.
Get his badge, man. His top badge.
After they did tase yo like that, you wonder why he can't use his legs. Yeah, I sure will. I sure will.
That was kind of hard to watch. To know that you've been treated so inhumanely, which is crazy. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Oh man, come on. Which brings me to this right here. And I'm going to show this so people can know what it really is.
His blood broken, y'all dragging him like that.
Instead of one cover up behind that blue wall, after another cover up behind that blue wall, now we see the truth. It's not a pretty picture.
When Marilyn Mosby first announced the charges so soon after Freddie Gray died, with armored vehicles from the National Guard still rolling through the streets of Baltimore, there was an immediate debate about whether or not she had done the right thing.
The findings of our comprehensive, thorough, and independent investigation, coupled with the medical examiner's determination that Mr. Gray's death was a homicide, which we received today, has led us to believe that we have probable cause to file criminal charges.
The feeling on all sides around the charges being dropped is one of resignation and also expectation. Many in Baltimore's poor Black neighborhoods.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to stop this real quick. Out of all 6 of these officers, 1 officer should not have been charged with most of the crimes. The FOP protected her because she's a well-known Northern District police officer who frequents and is married to a FOP agent. He's a skinhead in Baltimore. He's a KKK leader in Baltimore. He just want to fit in with all of them in Baltimore. This guy was bullied in high school, jumped to be a police officer, and took all their sides. This guy right here, I can honestly say, never gave anybody any problems, never drew his weapon in Baltimore, encouraged us to go hoop at Bentlow, encouraged everybody on the west side to go beat the east side, and the east side to beat the west side. He always wanted to see a good football game and a good basketball game. He was the driver, but they gave him all of their charges. So let's finish.
Never really expected these officers to be convicted or go to jail.
Justice has been done. Our union will continue to believe these good officers will be returned to fulfilling their duties with the Baltimore City Police Department and serving the citizens of Baltimore City.
We do not believe that Freddie Gray killed himself. We stand by the medical examiner's determination that Freddie Gray's death was a homicide.
In the end, a lot of big questions remain. We still don't know what happened to Freddie Gray, and both sides are left feeling as though justice did really not occur.
All right. So
Baltimore finds itself at the epicenter of it.
Whoa. So, which leads us to this right here, which will be the impact of Freddie Gray death 5 years later. Let's go.
As demonstrations over George Floyd's death continue around the world, the calls for justice include the names of others who have died in police custody, such as Freddie Gray. 5 years ago, Gray died from injuries he sustained in a Baltimore police van, sparking protests in that city and across the country. A new book tells the story of what happened during the most tumultuous days of the demonstrations through the eyes of 8 people. It's called 5 Days, The Fiery Reckoning of an American City. The book's author, Wes Moore, joins me now. He is also the CEO of the Robin Hood Foundation. Welcome, Wes. It's so great to have you with us. We really appreciate you being here. You know, for many people, Blacks in particular, the death of George Floyd, it's a story that's been told before. I mean, in the stories of Freddie Gray, Breonna Taylor, Eric Garner, to name a few. In writing this book, how would you compare Freddie Gray's death to George Floyd's? How are they similar? How are they different?
Well, unfortunately, they are incredibly similar when you look at the situation that occurred. It's an African-American man who is in contact with police an hour after he is arrested. He's in a coma. A week after he's in a coma, he dies. And after his death, there's this whole series of protests that are triggered where people are demanding basic accountability because they want to know how exactly this happened. How exactly do you have a person who has contact with police and an hour later he's in a coma and no one is accountable for it? I think the thing and the hope is that the takeaway from this is going to be different than the takeaway that happened from Freddie Gray. Because, after you had these series of protests, very similar to Freddie Gray, very similar to many of the other names that we have called out, the meaningful reforms to the systemic challenges that exist within policing and the systemic racism that's placed into so many different segments of our society had not been addressed. And I think that's why you're continuing to see the energy around this that you're seeing now.
Well, let's dive in a little more into the systemic piece of it because, as we all know, this is a far more complicated issue than just police brutality, right? As you talk in your book about people mourning Freddie Gray's death, but that really we should have been mourning his life. Can you explain that?
Yeah, we, oftentimes the conversation really does delve into these two categories, right? Where it's either Freddie Gray was arrested on different occasions to the point that the police officers knew his name at the time of the final arrest, or it was just excessive police activity without understanding the damage that had happened to Freddie long before that final interaction with law enforcement, where we need to focus on and think about what does justice mean for Freddie in terms of his death. But let's take a moment to consider his life. Freddie Gray was born premature, months early, underweight, addicted to heroin, because his mother never made it to high school and she battled addiction for much of her life. When Freddie Gray finally gained enough weight to leave the hospital, he moved into a housing project in West Baltimore that in 2009, that and 400 other homes were later named in a lawsuit for the endemic levels of lead inside of that housing project. So now you had someone who was born underweight, addicted to heroin, born premature, lead poisoned. And by that time in his life, Freddie Gray is 2 years old. And so this argument of, well, people in poverty need to work harder. How hard would Freddie have to work in order to combat things that he had no responsibility for? And that's what I wanted people to understand with these stories. We have to be able to address inequitable policing. It is real, it is not hyperbole, it is not exaggeration. We also have to address all the other injustices that are taking place within society if we're ever going to have a real conversation about what does it mean to create levels of opportunity inside of communities in this country.
So do you see that then as two separate struggles? In other words, as we combat the police inequity part of it, can we also then combat all the other societal inequities at the same time? Or do those battles look different?
I think we have no choice but to battle these things all at the same time. Because I think when people ask about what's the prioritization is life. The prioritization is justice. The prioritization is fairness. And so I don't know how we tier out what elements of justice and what elements of life gets a higher priority than the others. And so my push, my focus, my energy is going to go towards, do we need to have real sustainable adjustments to policing in this country? Absolutely. Do we also need to address the endemic levels of child poverty that we have in this country? Absolutely. Do we need to address the fact that we have massive health disparities that we have still not wrapped our arms around? Absolutely. When we're talking about packages that are being submitted about the ways we have to deal with this, the package must be full, it must be all-encompassing, because the way you're going to deal with a systemic breakdown is not by nibbling around individual edges. You address a systemic breakdown by fundamentally implementing a systemic buildup.
Wes Moore, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time. And the book, again, is called 5 Days, The Fiery Reckoning of an American City. It's on sale June 20th.
Financial practices. And the way it's set up is as an independent agency where there's one director, and until today, the director could only be fired by the president for cause, not at will. And that was what this whole case turned on.
Wow. So, So with that being said, what can be done, or what do you think can be done for us to kill systemic racism? And what I mean is systemic racism is not just white cops on black cops. Systemic racism is black on black crime too. So when you see Ray shoot Pookie, there's no such thing of, nah, yo, nah, man, but I'm in stop snitching mode. Nah. If you're going to give a fake outrage to a white man killing your brother, why not give the same outrage to your brother killing another brother? That's my question. So the phone lines are open. I want y'all to call in. 470-355-8221. Let's have an open discussion about systemic racism and the real gang. Why y'all kill us? Anybody can call in, anybody. 470-355-8221. Y'all don't have to wait for me to give it, just call in. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, hit the super chat. That's somewhere on the screen. If you want to donate to me because you like the comments, I'm in commentary, or you believe in what's going on over here, hit the Cash App, $ the THEE BMORE actor ACTOR. Once again, I must inform you that it's not mandatory that you give, but it is appreciated if you decide to give. That's the difference. Hey, Brooke. So that's the question, y'all. You're live on Live Raw and Uncut with actor Dana J. How can I help you, caller?
Hey, yo, I was going to tell you, like, how we going to change all this right now. And you're right about the blacks, you know what I'm saying? As black people, if we can't stand against our own people killing each other, then that's not going to be a solution. We have to stand against all killings on our people and value our lives, regardless on, oh, he's a minority, and, hey, it's just not as much powerful, but that mind state got to go. Like, I'm looking at Chicago, Detroit, cities like that, like, out there where these folks just black on black crime, and they like, oh, that's for the street. Like, let that ride. Oh, it ain't a law killing us, so we can stand with that. And that mentality, that makes the laws think, hey, if y'all killing each other, and it's just black on black crime, shit. When we pop y'all, it's either y'all gonna like all stand together and unite, but the unity can't be there.
So do you believe it's a systemic racism going on in between color barriers, or do you just think that that whole little demon is just running rampant and don't care about a color barrier?
Say it again.
Do you believe that there's a systemic breakdown in between the color barriers, or do you believe it's just that demon that's running around who don't care about color?
It's a little bit of both. We gotta, as black folks, ain't been holding ourselves accountable for a lot of things, and I could go down a list, times and dates. Hey, pick up this one.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for calling in, caller.
All right.
Well, anybody else want to call in? Hey, call in. Let's have an open discussion that's not being held in the schools or around the jobs. Hey, Fantasia. Hey, Nakia. This type of conversation. Hey, Miss January. This type of conversation is needed now, not later, now. So call in 470-355-8221. I think they are scared of us, Dana, because if you think back to like slavery and things like that, of what they have done to us, and because we didn't have power or voices to say anything, we always had power. We always had voices. We were put into fear to not say anything, which made us believe, or made our ancestors believe, or made the people who they call our ancestors to believe that they didn't have a voice. Hey, Brooke, my sister in the building. Hey, caller, you live on Live Raw and Uncut with actor Dana J. How can I help you, caller?
I believe that this ain't right at all. Okay. That's like saying, okay, with the cops and everything, the one cop that got charged, that's like saying, okay, if you're a good cop, you get charged. If you're a bad cop, you don't get charged.
You know what?
That's not fair, and that's not right.
I never looked at it like that. I never looked at it like that. So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When Colin Kaepernick took that knee, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was your first impression with that?
That he was standing up for something he believed in.
That was your first impression?
Yeah.
So when Derek Chauvin took that knee, what was your first impression?
He was just following suit. Everybody basically saying enough is enough.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you again. When Colin Kaepernick took that knee, what was your first impression?
I didn't see that. Is that the one you first mentioned?
No, Kaepernick is the football player for the 49ers.
When he did it, he was making a stand, because a lot of people don't pay attention to just ordinary people doing it. So if you're famous, or if you stand out in the community, they're going to pay attention.
Then I ask you, when Derek Chauvin took that knee, what was your first thought?
That he was making a stand.
No, Derek Chauvin is the man that
I'm getting confused. Okay.
Derek Chauvin is the man who killed George Floyd.
Okay, he shouldn't have did that.
But what was your first thoughts?
That he was being an asshole.
So you thought he was being an asshole?
Right.
So you thought he was being an asshole?
Right.
Okay.
Because, like I said before, people are going to pay attention to somebody who stands out. Famous. If a famous person takes a knee, they're going to pay attention. If an ordinary person does it, they're not going to really pay attention to us. They're not going to really pay attention to ordinary people.
Brooke, the topic is who's the real gang / why you kill us. That's the topic. Now, you said in the show, you said if an ordinary person take a knee, what's the difference? What is the difference between, No, let me ask you this. What is an ordinary person?
An everyday person that does a 9-to-5 job, that goes back and forth to work, that doesn't stand out in the community. Ordinary person.
So would you say Martin Luther King was an ordinary person?
No. He stood out in his community. He stood out for everybody.
Did he?
Yes.
So would you say Malcolm X?
He basically started.
No, I'm good.
He basically started everything going.
All right. So would you say Malcolm X was an ordinary person?
No. Malcolm X, he stood up too. I mean, everybody that stood up has their different way of standing up. I don't think he was an ordinary person. He was just going back to basics.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Marcus Garvey was an ordinary person that just wasn't taking no bullshit no more. And Marcus Garvey is one of the ones that originally started the revolution.
Okay.
Now, I asked you about Malcolm and Martin for the same reason. Because you gave me two different definitions for both. But actuality, they are the same. The only difference is Martin was willing to turn a cheek and forgive. Malcolm wasn't. That's the only difference.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, we have to picture this. Peaceful protests, right?
Yes.
Ain't never get us no goddamn where.
Exactly.
Peaceful protests for them ain't never get them no goddamn where. Right?
Right.
What really affected us as a color people when those people really did their real protest. We ain't never experienced a bomb nowhere.
No.
Until they dropped that joint on Tulsa. We ain't never experienced warshed until they came through Black Wall Street. All of it for what? Then we have Martin come and he want to desegregate everything. I'm going to be honest with you. If we would have stayed our own colony, our own color, our own everything, even though there's some great white people out there, where do you think we would have been as a race compared to where we are now?
I'm going to put it to you like this. If we were all the same color, we wouldn't be going through this.
Huh?
If we were all the same color, we would not be going through this. We'd be fighting over something stupid, something else stupid. Take color out of it for a minute. We all bleed the same. We all are born the same.
We are?
We all, in other words, what I mean is by us being born, we all come from the mom.
Do we?
We all, you know what, stop it.
No, I'm asking because you have some test tube babies and you have some people that's adopted.
Yeah, but you still need a sperm and an egg to be born.
Not if you clone.
You still need a gene to be born.
I'm saying that for a reason.
Okay.
Because what I'm saying is we're all are different. But then I'm agreeing with you because every person of color are different, but we are all the same.
Right.
Because we all in a fight to do what? Get to the top.
Right.
And when we get to the top, who's the first ones to pull us down? Our mans, our family, our this, our that. It's the crab in a barrel, man. It's a crab in a barrel mentality. So then when we shift over to another race or another thing and we doing something else, I'm fine, Roxanne. Oh, Ghana in the house. Hey, when we shift to another race or to another realm, then we call it a sellout. Well, let's go here. If we're going to continue killing ourselves, if we're going to keep belittling ourselves, if we're going to keep disrespecting females, I can't say queens because every female is not a queen. And you have to be a queen to be acknowledged as a queen. And there's some steps that you have to take to be a queen. Just like every guy is not a king. There's some things you got to take steps to be a king. So with that being said, when do we get to the point where we say enough is enough? We have to stop killing our own first.
Okay.
Things that make you go, Because we can easily get outraged about Chauvin killing George Floyd, those white officers but that snapped the spinal cord of Freddie Gray, the white officers but that killed Breonna Taylor, but the white officers for that killed McLean. We can easily get upset about that. Why? Because that's a different race. That's a different color. We don't identify with their shit, just like they don't identify with our shit. But why can't we shut down, as y'all call it, black on black, but I call it colored people on colored people crime? Until we shut shit down, ain't nothing going to stop. And if you don't believe me, just look at it. Every 5 years, we have another Caucasian person killing a brother. And what happened? Who pops up? Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. They get that $8,000 up to $50,000 to do what they're going to do, and they disappear for another 5 years. But we have us, colored people, that's starving to be a part of something, that go and shouts, Black Lives Matter, when Black Lives Matter is nothing but a terrorist group. And if you think I'm lying, go look it up.
You
Anything
need to stop saying that.
anything that instills fear is a terrorist group. Am I right or am I wrong?
True.
That's what terror is. Thank you, Diane. Anything that instills fear is a terrorist. So when Black Lives Matter instills fear because a white man did what he did to a colored person, that's a terrorist group, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to agree to that, and if you're going to say yes, can I ask you a question? Those white people that dropped bombs on Tulsa and that did what they did to Black Wall Street, why aren't they being prosecuted? Because they are terrorist groups.
They're not looking at it that way, though.
It's not how they looking at it, how we looking at it.
Right. We're looking at it that way. But they're not actually looking at it that way. They're just saying, okay, let's get us out the way so we can just take over what we need to take over.
And that's why I disagree with you at. Because it's not that we ain't looking at it that way. No. We sweeping it under the rug. Why? And I'm sad to say this. I love church. But where do you learn the number one fear at other than home?
Mm-hmm.
Church, right?
Right.
If you go to sleep, God gonna kill you. I used to be terrified to go to sleep because I was afraid that God was gonna kill me. I used to hear people tell people, if you smoke outside the church, God gonna come back and strike you dead. It was a lot of old folks that were scared to smoke their cigarettes outside the church.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fear. So how can you preach something when in the scripture it says, I do not give the spirit of fear, but I give the spirit of a sound mind?
And
wait a minute.
All sound mind.
It's a contradictory somewhere. Which brings me to this R. Kelly case. People are fighting for the spot, for the number one spot, when there is no number one spot. Oh, Dana J know Rob, so we got to get him out the way, and maybe Rob will acknowledge us because we did this, we did that. You still ain't doing enough. Because at the end of the day, if I shut this down now and say I ain't never coming back, I still have a friendship with that man.
Right. And see, that's what they're afraid of. That's what they hate. That regardless of what happens, you are still in his.
Hold on, Brooke.
You are still, huh?
Go ahead in the show because I gotta get Brooke on here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take long. But what I'm saying, that's what they're afraid of. Because you're gonna always be there with him. And they're not.
But see, it goes back to systemic racism. And when people think racism, they think white on black. No.
No, it's actually it doesn't take a color. Racism, that doesn't take a color. It's in all colors. It's in all factors.
Look, let me get Brooke on here. I'm gonna have you call back in later.
Okay.
All right. That's a conversation that a lot of people are going to run from. A lot of people going to run from this conversation. Now watch a brother and sister situation. Watch this.
Hello.
Hey, Brooke.
Hey, what's up?
Ain't nothing. You see the topic?
Yes.
And we talk, and you see what's going on and how I'm connecting everything together.
Yes, that's why I called in, because I was also doing the connections. You know, our minds think alike a tad bit. I had to sit back and realize I've been doing a lot of police brutality thinking and figuring out what's going on. Then I said, wait a minute, how in the hell are we going to holler about what you just said, Black Lives Matter, when for the last 3 weeks in a row, either in Baltimore and in Chirac, Chicago, been over 100 shootings with at least 10 to 15 people dead, One day it was 50 shootings with a little 1 and 2 and 3-year-old innocent child being shot. But there's no outrage. There's no cry out in the community. This is what we should be crying out for. This is what we should be out here marching for. And listen, don't get me wrong. I'm 100% in for George Floyd. 100%. Like, he did not deserve to die. I'm right there. But on my other hand, where is the outrage for these innocent people who are literally in their homes and they're being shot by stray bullets? Where is the outrage and the outpour and the cry for that? I live in Baltimore County now, but
keep talking. Hold on.
In a city.
Keep talking.
I lived in a city where each year, at least the minimum 365 people, that means one person a day, was being murdered. And they weren't being murdered by white cops. They weren't being murdered by black cops. They weren't being murdered by no sheriffs, no army people. They were being murdered by their own kin, their own brethren and sisters. And 9 times out of 10, it was somebody who knew them. That is where the outcry should be. We should be protesting about this black on black crime that is going on, that is killing us. So I get when people come and say, well, black lives matter and all this and all that. No, my goddamn lives matter, because I shouldn't see her walking outside of my door being shot by a stray bullet because JoJo down the street feel like he want to go kill Bobby up the street, so he's going to shoot in broad daylight to go kill Bobby. So what? We need, I'm sorry, I may cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Get our shit together, seriously. And if we want to protest for something, we're going to protest it. And I'm so glad that you drew Kelly into this, because I started my channel in January. From January up until last week, I said I wasn't going to really touch a lot of controversial topics. I changed my mind, and I said, if I'm going to ride for something, I'm going to ride for it. I ride for Kelly. So what I said, because I see all this drama that's going on, I see everything that's going on with so people mad, they hate on you because they want to be you. I see it, everybody sees it, so we're not worried about that, right? But the big problem is this. I said I'm going to start covering R. Kelly. And I'm going to throw it out there. But what I'm going to tackle it from, I'm going to start from the rooter tutor. I'm going to literally go each and every person currently right now that has a charge on him. I'm starting off with Sharonda Pace. So I ain't talking about the defense fund and this fund and this person over there and crackheads over there. I'm not talking about none of them because they are irrelevant. When Rob come home, do you think that he's going to even mention and say thank you to them? He's not even going to acknowledge those low labor type people. So at the end of the day, they don't even matter. So what I'm going to do is something that, and the prosecutor can literally say, okay, well, let me pull her words from YouTube, because she just broke down the whole entire motive could have been for Sharonda Pace, how she stalked this man for a matter of months. She harassed him, and then her and her friend, her homegirl already told you what it was. Her homegirl said, no, I ain't with it. She laughed. Sharonda said, I'm with it. And now you want to do this? No, man, she need to get up out of there. She need to be a racist with Jane Doe. One by one, they need to get their asses up off of there, because this man is sitting in federal prison for nothing. For nothing. And if I said I'm going to go in and my topic, or if I'm going to be focusing on injustices, this is one of the biggest injustices that is going on that needs to be justified. So I'm on it. And I'm not playing. That goes the same with the black on black crime. This shit is crazy. It's ridiculous.
I get it, though. I get it. You said something that just clicked in my head. You said, where's all this outrage for the people that's being killed, for the mothers and all that, right? Check it.
Yeah.
It's not popular.
Exactly.
It's not popular. R. Kelly is popular. So therefore, everybody want to jump in line. And I'm gonna say this. We both dealt with backstabbing back home.
Absolutely. That's shit. That's the city that we grew in. We had to do that shit. I almost had to fight every damn day. Look at Park Heights. Are you serious?
Right. But we never experienced people that supposed to have been tight with us to backstab us and then come at us with the enemy. We never experienced that because back home you wouldn't have made it through that week.
That's correct.
And your mother would have been like, I don't know what happened to my baby. Or your mother would have been like, I can't find my son. And you would have been on the back of a milk cart.
Exactly.
So with that being the new norm now, to befriend somebody, betray somebody, and then flip and then jump to the enemy side and make it seem like the person that brought you to the dance, the person that made sure you was good, the person that did everything that you did everything that he can do to make sure that you was good or you knew a certain person. It kills me how I can turn on YouTube and see the same people talking envious and nasty about me. But when they was rocking with me or I was rocking with them, everything was peaches and cream. Everything was fine. But when I don't fit their agenda and when I don't do what they want me to do and they turn, now all of a sudden Dana J is everything that y'all said he was. Reminds me of Azriel.
Well, let me say this, and this is going to bring everything, at least for people who can think past 12th grade education rule, all right? You can listen to anybody. I can listen to somebody talk. I can sit in the bush and listen, because the more you talk, the more you give yourself up. Or if you're trying to do something that's devious, the more you talk, the more it'll come out. And I'm listening to each and every last one of these folks, and I'm sitting here saying, okay, what's the thing? What's the common denominator is Dana, okay? So what is it that Dana did? Okay, so I'm listening. And everybody said, well, I can't say that he was the one who introduced us to R. Kelly, but he's this, and that. And I can't say that he was the one who made this happen, but I can't say that it still wouldn't have happened without him. Bitch, you're a walking contradiction. Stop fucking playing with somebody. What kind of shit is that? Are you talking in circles? Ma'am, you can't talk to me in circles, because what you just said was a total contradiction of what you just said. I'm confused. Please make it make sense. And at that very moment, I already knew it was a bunch of bullshit, and I logged off or got off of there, because now you're going to start to spill a bunch of bullshit. All I see is hating, jealousy, people wanting to be you. Regardless of however the case may look, when Rob come home, we already know who he's going to rock with and talk to. It's not going to be them. And the first thing that they want to say is, oh, I don't want to meet him. I just want to support him. Okay, well, shut the fuck up and support him. Support him, not report on drama. Why don't y'all go and say, okay, well, for instance, how about y'all pull a move that I'm pulling? Take one of his accusers and literally break down her story and post it. Why the fuck was you worrying about whether or not somebody said this or somebody said that? You're not in it to rob. You're in it to either make money. I mean, Big Bird was just on there the other day begging about money. I guess his CASHAPP flow must have started going down. This nigga asking for gas money. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But you want to talk about Rob? Oh, so no, what he's going to do is, because he sees his cash flow going down, he's going to go and start back talking about Robert Sylvester Kelly after he didn't talk shit about Robert Sylvester Kelly, which I've seen several lives and several YouTube videos of him talking shit about somebody who is, oh, I rock with Robert Sylvester Kelly. I do this for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Sir, go to the fuck down somewhere. I'm tired of these motherfuckers, and every chance I get, I report them. I don't care.
Wow.
And I said it. And I said it.
You just said a mouthful that I didn't even know nothing about, because I don't watch their shit. And when people send me stuff, it's very hard for me to watch certain people.
And I get it. I won't want to watch somebody talk about me, insulting me.
And it's like, my thing is this.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And my thing is this. If I say I helped build your channel or I built your channel, you say you didn't. Okay, let's put the facts to the table. Every video that I appeared on your channel deleted. That's how you prove it. I can still stand without him. So therefore, even though they are all my top videos, I'll delete that shit.
Let me tell you something. And this is me looking in, because I'm rocking with you regardless. We fam. It's over 20 years. I'm rocking regardless. I ain't worried about them other motherfuckers. But I am an observer. I watch people. That's what I do by nature. I'm just a watcher. I got to see what's going through, because my psyche is trying to understand how the person is thinking and where they're coming from. And I also a numbers person, so I watch numbers. So I literally watch this one person talk shit about you, say that you, he helped build my platform, but I can do it on my own. But literally had 15 people versus maybe 2 weeks ago when they was rocking with you, 100 people in their chat to 15. So I'm sitting here like, Then I see people saying, I'm unsubscribing. You are phony. I'm unsubscribing. And I'm sitting here watching this shit go down like, okay, keep it going. Let me see what you got to say. Because the disrespect that is going on right now on YouTube, I really do give you. I give Randa Baby. I give the infamous Sylvia. I give y'all the utmost respect. Even talking out loud with Keish, because y'all have been disrespected to the point where my blood pressure has went over through the roof. And I can't no longer think hood style when it comes to stopping people. They are mad because you can say what the fuck you want to say, how you want to say it. They can try to strike your channel, doesn't work. But they can't say what the fuck they want to say. And when they say it, somebody strikes them. It don't even be you. It could be somebody else. And their shit goes down. They're mad about that. Oh, no. Well, how about this? Well, Daniel J gets cash apps and people donate to him, so I want to be like Daniel J and get cash apps too. Y'all need to send me some money. When I saw that fuck shit, I put it on everything I love. I reported it live 1,000 times. I promise you I did. My shit is probably now on the reporters is like the help YouTube report videos. That's how much I reported that live. Because you are impersonating someone. You're not Dana. Sir, now go have a seat.
And what people got to realize is this: I don't get cash apps every day. I don't get super chats every day. But I'm self-sufficient. But I'm gonna ask you this, Brooke, because you said, you know what, and you said a very key thing. Me and you've been knowing each other over 20 years, right? I'm gonna ask you 3 things. When have you ever known me to steal from anybody?
Never.
When have you ever known me to run from anybody?
Never. And the proof of that is on the video. I heard somebody say out their mouth that they, quote unquote, allegedly helped you from gangbanging. So I don't think that you was running. I don't think gangbangers run from people. Not to say that you was. I'm just saying allegedly. That's what I heard. But go away. What's the third one?
The third one is this right here. And the third one is this right here. And I'm gonna keep it real. When have you ever known me to steal from Robert Kelly?
Never. Never. Not to mention, I don't think that anyone who steals from someone will still allow for them to be around them. That's when I say common sense don't kick in. If somebody says,
"Hey, Mom Mary,
I stole from them," and they say I stole from them, right? But then you see, but then I introduce you to him, but I stole from him. But then you see me and him still rocking, but I stole from him. Nobody in their right state of mind will allow for someone. They may forgive them, but they won't hang with them. They won't rock with them. He has already said out of his own mouth who you was to him. If you stole anything from him, that statement would have not been made. That's why I say y'all need to start using y'all common freaking sense.
The last thing Rob left us with was, don't think like me, but think. That's all you got to do is sit back and look at, you know what? For the 2 weeks that I haven't set up to nobody, I sat back and watched the whole army come together. First, it was cliques. First, it was 2-man gangs. Then it was shit, and we can't beat them, and we need to go ahead and join Dana. Then it was, oh, some new people from Chicago coming in. Oh, we're gonna jump on that bandwagon. And then it appeared to me last night that this is an orchestrated hit from somebody who's trying to hide who they really are. But me being who I am, I was awakened with one little thing, and the least little thing that you awaken me with, I'm gonna go back to day one. So I went back to day one today, and I went and got all my text messages. I went and got everything, and I just threw them all in a little pile. And I'm just looking at it piece by piece by piece. And then I get a text today, for not a text, I got some screenshots where people say, oh, Dana J messed with Randa baby, and this and this and this and this. But my thing is this: look at Randa and look at you. Y'all acting like y'all hurt. What is there to be hurt about? Y'all don't like me, right?
Does it matter?
At the end of the day, they go home and play with themselves to me. I don't care about them. I don't even know them. That's why I laugh about this, because I've said it. Can they take 2 weeks without saying Dana's name and their channel still lasts?
No.
Can they take 2 weeks without referencing Dana and their channel still lasts?
We shall see.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest. I wish I had Randa back in day one. Well, no, I had Randa back in day one, but I overlooked her. But I wish I would have listened from day one, because a lot of these people wouldn't have came around.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what happens. And let me just say this, and I'm gonna get off the line and get somebody else a chance to call in. I was the last, because I didn't see anything yesterday, but the last few days before that, all I saw was hate, and I saw jealousy. And the fact that you don't even have to talk about Robert Sylvester Kelly, and you have a fan base. You don't even have to discuss him at all. And you have a fan base. You are a person who, regardless of whatever it is that you talk about, because of your personality, you're going to win. And they can't take that. They have to talk about Robert Sylvester Kelly, because if they don't, they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to be able. They can't diversify. They just have to talk about him. And if they talk about anything else, it's boring. People fall off the chat. I mean, like I said, I'm a watcher. That is just what I do by nature. I watch, and especially if I consider somebody an enemy. Oh, I gotta watch my enemies. I got to see what their next move is, because they just so dumb. They just tell you what they're going to do, so you can already prepare yourself for the next move ahead of time, because they talk too much.
Then the funniest thing that I've seen was today. Now, somebody sent me a clip that was 3 minutes and 12 seconds. I didn't want to watch it, but it was like, please watch it. Yo, you're going to laugh. I died through the whole thing, because they said, hey, Dana J, you come to Chicago? Yeah, I got the blocks. One way in and one way out. We'll hop on motorcycles. We'll make sure you don't get out. Nigga, I'm from a city that's very calculated. That when shit really get thick, we don't talk. At the end of the day,
we don't talk when shit ain't thick.
Right.
I don't know why people keep thinking Chicago and Baltimore, they should be called the 20 motherfucking cities, because that same week that Chicago had 50 goddamn shots, we didn't hit 100. So what are y'all saying? We just took off 1 week and y'all took over the following.
At the end of the day,
this coming up, we probably back on top.
At the end of the day, what they're trying to do is something that I'm trying to prevent. And they're trying to start a Chicago-Baltimore war. I don't want that to happen, because it'll be ugly.
It ain't gonna happen.
It'll be ugly. And the thing is, I laughed throughout that whole video, And I'm gonna tell you why I laugh. And because you got one person that don't know what the fuck to do. Then you got another person who's hanging on a thread from another person. My question is this. They wanted me to come on here and say, I do this, I do that. Nope. Nope. You ain't getting that no more. I gave y'all that for a year and a half. If y'all want that, go back and look at Dana J versus Team Truth. I gave y'all that already. Now when I see when I see the whole Lion King in a Circle of Life people, I just sit back and be like, well, damn. If this how you really felt, why didn't you say this back in day one? When you was begging me to get in your group and leave other groups because you said other groups didn't mean me no good, why didn't you just say, you know what, Dana, I really don't like you, yo. Why wait to get what you gonna get and then try to drag me? And the problem is the hooks that you drag me with, it's not heavy enough to carry me. I'm just like, yo, this whole shit is just funny to me.
I'm gonna let somebody call in, but I need you to do me a huge favor and promise me you're gonna do it, please.
Oh look, but don't tell me to do something random.
I need to laugh. Can you promise me you're gonna do it, please? Can you send me that workout video, please?
Oh yeah. I got you. I sent it to you. I got you.
That was for Miss Lady T. Dixon. That was for her.
I got you. I definitely do that.
That goddamn video.
Man, it's crazy.
It is. Well, brother, I love you. I'm about to hop off real quick, jump in the chat for you.
Cool.
I'll come on at 9.
And Randa in the chat. Your sister.
Randa, my baby Randa in the chat.
But they said that she was ugly though.
Shit, Randa looks better than all those bitches over there. Randa looks better than on a bad day. Randa's big toe look better than them hoes.
Her back
toe.
toe.
Her big toe. No, her baby toe. Her baby toe. Randa look better than Randa's baby toe. Look better than all those bitches on their best day. Meaning when they got their makeup on and shit, they can't fuck with Randa. Come on, man. Y'all play. Y'all see. There they go. Playing game. They just mad. They mad because she likes getting cute. And they chocolate and crispy and crunchy and look like a Nestle Crunch bar. Like, let me get off here because.
All right. All right. Lord have mercy. Yeah, Miss Lady T Dixon, they just threw you under the bus. So, Lord, that's another one we don't want to get to cracking. That goddamn Brooke can crack for days. Lord have mercy. Just imagine growing up around her. And that's all you do every day is crack on somebody. Lord. But I'm happy about my Randa. I don't care. Fuck all you niggas. She's the apple of my eye. So I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. If Randa call in, you know she gonna go off. She just woke up too. Lord have mercy. And you know what? I ain't even gonna stop her. Not today. I ain't getting cussed out 2 days in a week for nobody. Nope. But back to what we was talking about. Back to the lecture at hand. I just sit back. I just sit back and hold on. Hey. 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 Ain't nothing. I'm on my podcast. I'm gonna call you back. I hate ignorant ass brothers. You tell them you on your podcast, they just hang up. That's that Baltimore love affair shit. You're live on Live Raw and Uncut with actor Dana J. How can I help you, caller? Oh.
Now, who threw me under the bus?
Nobody threw you under the bus. Everybody just said that you need a workout video. That's all. And you know how we do over here. We don't hide our hand.
Now, you know, I'm just joking.
We don't hide our hand over here. We just ignore the fuck shit and keep it going.
Yeah, I'm just joking with you, Dana. That's all. Yeah. Oh boy.
I swear, I wish parenting came with a manual.
Oh Lord.
I think I done spent so much money in this day and time.
Yeah. I was like,
No, but you know what? I'm gonna upload a video today, right? But I'm gonna upload a video. Yeah, I'm just gonna show people exactly where I'm at in certain things, so that way they can't keep saying, this and this and this and this, because
right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I be getting on YouTube, Dana. I'm like, ignore them.
You gotta understand that you don't hold no weight. You come to my kneecaps.
Oh, don't make me come to Atlanta and whoop you now. Come on now.
Hey, I ain't saying hey.
Atlanta.
And you gotta get through that fire sign I got.
Don't make me come to Atlanta. Don't make me come.
And you got to get through that fire sign I got. So I mean, it don't matter. But I got a question, Miss Dixon.
Yes.
Oh, you my homie, right?
Yeah, I'm your homie.
Even if we get mad at each other, we'll be homies, right?
Always.
Right. So what you call 5 people standing on the corner? Huh?
Don't do that, Dan.
What you call 5 people standing on the corner? Huh?
You try to trick me with that, are you?
I'm not. I'm trying to figure out, what do you call 5 people standing on the corner? She gonna know me. What do you call 5 people standing on the corner? That's all I want to know. Somebody said bums. So can you tell me what you call 5 people standing on the corner?
I'm thinking.
You thinking? Okay.
Oh.
All right, but I'm gonna hit you right back. Let me get somebody else on here.
Okay.
All right. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That crab boil that they had looked good as hell, and I got jealous. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got jealous. Nichelle, and you gotta inbox her and tell her who you is. Nah, Miss Shirley, I ain't roasting nobody. You know I don't do that on this channel. Oh, tonight I will be launching the Dana J Roast channel. So you might see the link go up tonight, or you might see it go up tomorrow. You shouldn't stop her the other night. Princess Diana, I promise you, I had to. If I didn't, we would have pulled the all-nighter. You don't understand. When she go, she go. When Randa go, she go. It ain't no stopping her once she start. So I'd rather stop her before she start. Trust me. That Randa baby is a force to be reckoned with. That's why I don't even... Dana, the way you was eating yours, you made me go get some. I ain't gonna lie, Toy. You just greasing on some crabs. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want some real blue crabs from back home. I'm about to hit Brooke up and say, yo, go to Vince's and send me a bushel of them extra large jumbos. That's all. Send me a bushel. I can split half with Miranda and I can keep that half. Don't talk about me. I've changed. So yeah, man, that's what's going on, man. No more roasting. I know that's a lie. That's it. We have to take back our neighborhoods. We have to take back our streets. And we have to demand, not ask, because we've been asking. We have to demand change. And demanding change, we have to, some things we got to take amongst ourselves. Sometimes, and when you see two brothers out there fighting, it's going to take a real OG to go out there and like, look, man, this ain't going to go down. The real OGs have to get the respect put back into the neighborhoods. This right here is a systemic genocide against us as a people. Look at it. I'm going to put drugs in the neighborhood, watch them go crazy. You don't see that out in the white neighborhood. I'm going to tell you, this is what I really believe. And I'm not going to say it's true, but this is what I believe. They put the drugs in a colored neighborhood, and some colored folks was hanging with some white folks, and the colored folks said, yo, this shit good, man. This shit good. I'm telling you, this shit good, homie. And the Caucasian was like, let me try that shit. And they got it, and they just spread it out like that. That's what I really believe happened. Just like with the guns. How in the hell you walk past an alley and mysteriously find a trunk full of guns? Really? You think I believe that? Marshall, God damn. I am dead. I woke up and changed. So I'm just saying, man, we have to really go back to what we know. And what we know is really like, yo, it gotta be God first. If you ain't putting God in what you do first, you don't got nothing. And I'm not talking about faking, playing with God just to get money coming in. I'm talking about really praying to that man. Really doing what you have to do when it comes to that man. That's what I really think. And when we go back to that, I'm telling you, it's going to get ugly. It's really going to get ugly. But y'all know I'm about to get up off here. Anybody else want to call in? Y'all can call in. And whenever my partners do a request, I got to get that requesting. Let me see. Randa, it's under my name. That's on there. EJ Facts, Dana. We gotta protect. We gotta be protection in our community and start policing our own community like it did in the beginning. Yep. You was tearing yours up, Dana. Oh yeah, most definitely. Crab legs, my thing. Anything seafood I want. Dana play they mad. Ha ha, who's mad? You know what? I'm gonna play 3 songs. Brother, we don't do Vince no more. They racist. They are not racist. I refuse to believe that, Brooke. I refuse to believe that. But I'm gonna play 3 songs, all right? The first song, I'm gonna give y'all the live version of A Change Gonna Come. All right. Ooh. Ooh. But here you go.
We mixed my whole life, my whole career, and I'm about to get back on top of the world like a lion. You know what I mean? Well, I'm fresh off the stage, you know, like fresh out the kitchen. I'm fresh off the stage, you know what I'm saying? Bonnaroo, and I'm headed over to the Super Jam and to, you know, jam out with a very intimate band. And I've never done, you know, anything like this. Randomly just got on stage with a band I never played with. But, you know, I trust these guys, you know, because they're very professional and they've been rehearsing my numbers, you know, my little 2 cents I'm about to put in. These guys are very good, very good. I'm not worried about them, I'm worried about me. Well, whole wardrobe change is very important for what I'm about to do now because, you know, we're going back in time musically, so the perception, you know, the look of it all, fashion has to be correct. I was born. I was born by the river in a little tent, but oh, just like the river I've been running ever since. Well, I've fallen in love with Bonnaroo because of the one simple fact that everybody's here on one accord, and that is music. And that's why I'm here, and that's why they're here. A change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hot living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond those skies. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Yeah. All right, good.
Be myself. Oh, yeah. Be myself. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You better play that organ. I was born by the river in a little town. Oh, just like a river I've been running ever since. It's been a long I'm coming, but I know change gonna come. They about to blaze this joint. Oh, yes, indeed.
Like to bring in the lovely and talented Mr. R. Kelly.
Listen to this response. And if you look in the audience, you see a lot of Caucasian folks.
I was born
was born, yeah. Oh, I was born. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long, yeah, long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. How many of you believe it right now? That it's been too hot living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there, up there, up there beyond the sky. It's been a long, boy, I tell you, it's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Put your hands up if you believe that it will. To the movies and I go downtown. All I hear them telling me is, boy, don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Thank you. Fellas, how about we pick it up a little bit? Can we pick it up a little bit? Let's go. Come on, clap your hands up. If you know the song, help me sing it. It goes like this. If you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, oh, bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got you. I see y'all at 9, Brooke. Whoa.
Bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. Yeah. I want to hear the verse that the ladies want to hear. Listen. I'll give you jewelry and money too. There you go. Bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on. I don't care what you're doing, baby. Bring it on. I don't care who you was with last night. Just bring it on. Bring it on home to me. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. He sang that, John. Bring it on to me. He sang that, John. Nobody but Kels. Shh. king. The king. I don't know what y'all talking about. The king. The king of R&B. Nothing else you can say. You can't even play nothing after that. But just say the king. The king of R&B has spoken. So, as I conclude this, y'all know that we got our work cut out for us. The firm. Y'all know what we got to do. And we just going to have fun with it. We're going to keep God first in everything that we do. And we just going to have fun with everything that we do. All right. So, I ain't going to be on here long. Once again, y'all got the Cash App $, the THEE, Be More, BMORE, actor, ACTOR. Zola Loyalty Per Glow said, Dana, I saw a Sharon video today. You should. Okay, I'll go watch it. I'll go watch it. I don't think so. I haven't really made up my mind yet. Once again, I'm going to let y'all know. New York. Come step out with us. In New York. September the 28th. The real rally for chaos. And our topic is injustice. All right. So with that being said, y'all remember 5 things. Number 1, keep God first in everything you do. Number 2, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Rule number 3, elephants don't swat flies. Rule number 4, you kill hate, jealousy, envy, and lies with truth, love, and harmony and respect. Last but not least, be someone important. Be yourself. Wow. Marshall, you said the farm will be there. The farm? Who's the farm, Marshall? All right, got to get out of here. Y'all be blessed. Love everybody. All right. Be blessed. And thank y'all for joining. Because without y'all, there will be no me. All right. Peace. Y'all keep all of us in your prayer. All right. 1.